So, let's talk about that Squid Game Season 2 finale. If you thought Season 1 left you hanging, this one takes the cliffhanger game to a whole new level. The tournament? It's still not over. Gi-hun's rebellion? A disaster. And that mid-credits scene? Just a chef's kiss for teasing us mercilessly. Let's break it all down. The final episode, titled Friend or Foe, kicks off with tension so high you could cut them with a knife. Players are on edge after the tied vote to end the games, and you just know something bad is coming. That bad? A full-blown chaotic brawl in the men's restroom. 5 players bite the dust, including Top's character, Thanos. RIP to the guy who probably had the coolest name in the cast. The survivors, split between those who want out and those who are in it for the cash, are clearly gearing up for more violence. Gi-hun, being the strategist he's become, knows another attack is inevitable, and he's got a plan. Spoiler, it's as bold as it is doomed.
난 그 게임을 멈추라는 거야.
Gi-hun's plan is simple in theory, but wow, does it spiral out of control fast. He tells his allies to hide under their bunks when the inevitable nighttime chaos breaks out. The idea? Wait for the masked men to intervene and then ambush them. Take their weapons, storm the control room, and shut this nightmare down. It's ambitious, and honestly it feels like the kind of Hail Mary play that might just work if the people running the games weren't, always 10 steps ahead. At first things go according to plan. The masked men show up to stop the fight, and Gi-hun's crew pulls off the surprise attack. They manage to knock out a few guards, grab some weapons, and even start their charge toward the control room. But here's where it all falls apart. They're wildly outnumbered. Their ammo runs out way too quickly. And let's not forget that this is a Squid Game rebellion. We know not to get too attached to anyone. The masked men retaliate hard, and Gi-hun's team is decimated. Watching his allies fall one by one is gut-wrenching. But the biggest blow comes when Jung-bae, one of Gi-hun's closest companions, is killed right in front of him. And who delivers the fatal shot? None other than the frontman himself.
456번. 게임에 돌아온 걸 환영하네.
Now let's talk about the frontman for a second, because this guy, he's a master manipulator. He knew about Gi-hun's plan from the start, and let it play out just enough to crush any hope of success. There's a moment during the uprising when Gi-hun and Jung-bae actually believe they're getting backup. Spoiler alert, they're not. It's a trap, and the frontman springs it perfectly. When he confronts Gi-hun, he's wearing his signature mask, but the power dynamic is clear. Gi-hun might be the heart of the story, but the frontman, he's the brain, always one step ahead.
I'm sorry, Gi-hun. It's over.
And when he kills Jung-bae, it's not just to end the rebellion. It's a message to Gi-hun. You can't win this. It's brutal, it's personal, and it leaves Gi-hun utterly shattered. And yet, the frontman doesn't kill Gi-hun. Why? Because death would be too easy. Letting Gi-hun live, weighed down by the guilt of his failure, is the real punishment. It's psychological warfare at its finest. Gi-hun's mission to take down the games from the inside ends in flames, and he's left to pick up the pieces, if he even can.
Wait, please don't shoot. I have a sick daughter at home.
Meanwhile, Jun-ho's storyline delivers its own gut punch. For most of the season, Jun-ho and his team are desperately trying to find the island and rescue Gi-hun. But in a twist that honestly shouldn't be surprising, and yet somehow still is. It turns out Captain Park, one of Jun-ho's supposed allies, is working for the people behind the games. Captain Park's betrayal explains so much. Why Jun-ho's team kept hitting dead ends, why their progress felt so slow. It's a reminder that in the world of Squid Game, trust is a luxury you can't afford. Now, what about the tournament itself? By the end of the finale, it's still very much ongoing. Gi-hun's rebellion might have shaken things up, but it didn't stop the games. The remaining players, including Dae-ho, Hyun-ju, and a few others, are still in the thick of it. And then there's that mid-credits scene, like literally OMG. We see the players returning to the arena for another round of red light, green light. Only this time, there's a new twist. A male doll is introduced, standing opposite the original. It's a chilling setup for what's to come, and it feels like a slap in the face to Gi-hun. His uprising didn't change anything, and the games continue, crueler than ever. So where does this leave us? Well, Squid Game Season 2's ending is a masterclass in raising the stakes while deepening the emotional weight of the story. Gi-hun is broken, the rebellion is crushed, and the tournament rages on. It's a grim reminder that in this world, the odds are always stacked against the players. And yet you can't help but root for Gi-hun to find a way, some way, to turn the tide in Season 3. Until then, we're left with questions. Will Gi-hun recover from his latest trauma? Can Jun-ho uncover the truth despite Captain Park's betrayal? And who will survive the next round of red light, green light? The only thing we know for sure is that Squid Game isn't done playing with our emotions. Buckle up, folks. Season 3 is going to be a ride.
이거 그냥 게임이 아닙니다. 게임을 하다 걸리면 죽습니다.